Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. I'm your lovely sick overlord, and joining me are the people on the screen.
We're all here.
You guys should say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Don't feed the propaganda.
Okay. Yeah. So, this is the campaign roundtable, where we're going to be basically pitching questions and talking to you guys. And I think it's the most important question to begin with. How did everyone feel about the campaign?
I think it was going well until everything went bad.
Yeah.
But everyone else, and that pretty much sums it up. It was
I did
great until
great.
it wasn't.
I did great. I was the best. There were no problems whatsoever.
I mean, all of your predictions did come true, Andy.
I'm the greatest.
To be honest, I blame Keegan for not reeling us in, to be honest, so I think Keegan's most to blame.
Mm-hmm. He was appointed the title Cat Herder for a reason.
And he didn't hurt cats well.
No, he did not.
Poor crap ball. Poor crap ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my biggest problem was I
Everything was
forgot
just
to
as
use my
planned.
abilities half the time. I forgot what I spec'd in half the time.
What did you spec in? Because I've forgotten.
I was supposed to be a sort of social investigating person.
Oh yeah,
but
you have
yeah.
Auspex.
Yeah, Auspex 3 tends to do that.
Aspects
but-
level 3.
Yep, I used Auspex 3 exactly once, and I think that was the only time I actually used Auspex. And I kept forgetting I had social skills half the time. I thought money wasn't a superpower.
Yeah. I mean, your attempt at bribing the cop wasn't necessarily bad.
Yeah. Dice just hated me that session.
Yeah, that time just kind of went bad. It also was about, you know, how you were social. You know, if you were lying, you would have done a lot better.
Yeah,
Or you'd offered more bribe money, either or.
that too. Like, honestly, I probably could have pulled it off if I had like I had a copy of the police file on me. I could have tried to lie and say I'm here as a consultant for the police department, and the fact that I have this should be proof enough that I'm helping to investigate the case.
Mm-hmm.
Hindsight's 20/20, though.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm. No.
And craft law.
Everything went just as planned.
Mm-hmm.
Not a very good plan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I did a lot
Literally.
of bad things, but at the first I
Go
really
ahead.
fucked up. I didn't fuck up the campaign single-handedly.
I mean, you ended it pretty quick. It was
I
at least
only sent hunters at my sire and made a vampire frenzy in the middle of Vienna.
Yeah.
and
It's
then
fine. If I hadn't died, I would have solved the hunter problem for Keegan because the Emperor would have been dead.
Craft, what was your intelligence?
2.
Okay.
This is what's supposed to be considered average.
I mean, he's smarter than me.
Oh god.
Yeah,
No,
2 is
really
average, right?
bad.
I had 1 wits.
Yeah.
So fucking...
Naive.
You were below average at, you know, detecting lies.
yeah,
Turns out.
like we are just totally gullible as fuck, apparently.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You were just gullible as fuck, which was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
For when Keegan lied to you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Next time, I'm putting 2 into wits.
Next time,
Maybe even 3.
I
Maybe a few
realized
points in empathy, too, while you're at it.
But who needs empathy? I mean, it
it's-
makes sense for my
it's-
character, but still.
Like, it's kind of handy sometimes when you have to, you know, detect people lying to you.
But min-maxing.
But Cackle.
Hello.
Min-maxing.
Cackle,
Oh, hey,
you know
Alad's
what?
here.
The count
Oh,
of fucking the bishop of...
I'm just listening in at the moment.
Alright.
Cackle, your biggest mistake was letting Keegan speak.
You're not wrong, too.
Yeah.
If you meet Max's character, you should know what your
I
weakness
didn't think it
is.
would make sense. I wanted to float away, but I hope we can make metagaming. I couldn't just metagame and just like, if I was metagaming, I would just float away like before he even got there. But that would be really metagaming. So I had to actually fucking, you know, think. Well,
Now
my
you're
character
Keegan's
wouldn't know
slave.
that Keegan wanted to kill me, or you know, make me a slave.
And you know, it doesn't help that Andy had milk time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Milk time are the greatest skill ever. You just get to roll metagame.
Oh, even if it wasn't for mark time, like if it wasn't for that, I'd be fine.
Yeah,
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 just
because
wouldn't see
milk
me.
time is what let Andy know that you were right behind them.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I realized how important that was, that I should have taken it sooner.
Yeah. Milk time's fucking great.
Yeah. Oh. I could have escaped, but no.
Yep,
No,
you
can't.
fucked, mate.
I could have not trusted Keegan and not get fucking eaten.
I mean,
fucking
Kraft,
mate.
you deserved. You deserved.
Yeah, you
I
really did.
know, but I still don't like be eaten.
Yeah,
Fucking
so
Diablerized, even worse than eaten. My fucking soul is gone. I'm hunting Keegan now. It's
Pretty
the
much,
best
yeah.
I can do. And I can
Yeah.
never be saved or revived. At all.
correct.
So that character is dead.
Beyond dead.
Probably for the best, to be honest.
You're
You're
so dead, your soul can't even go to hell.
You're just inside Keegan.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if Kale wants to set this chronologically in the same world and after what just happened, you could murder Keegan's character
No.
as a demon.
Well, I mean, you gotta. What do you have to fight? His willpower?
No, not really. There's just no.
No. Okay.
No.
No, when somebody gets Diablerized, they're gone.
Yeah.
Well,
Gone.
there.
No, I failed totally. So I'm gone forever.
Cough, salubri, cough.
Yeah,
That-
Slot
he-
is a special case.
Oh, yeah, salad, my bad.
Again, if there's a massive power difference in favor of the one being Diablerized, they might be able to reassert themselves eventually. But last I checked, Keegan is neither thousands of years older than, or Craftlaw is not thousands of years older and lower generation than Keegan.
Kiwi craft.
Yeah. Whatever. Whichever one of you got eaten.
Finish
So
repressing
it's
his
not gonna
memory in the
happen.
game.
That said, there is one good thing that we can have a quick conversation about, I think.
My character being dead.
No, kinda. It's more of how vampires have this tendency to treat each other. It
I mean,
relates
badly.
to your character being dead.
Yeah, badly.
Yeah. So,
He
When
was
it
a very
comes-
nice person, I swear.
let's actually talk to Armon here. So you notice how when you had the massive fuck up,
Mm-hmm.
you know how nobody really, none of the NPCs that knew about it, because, pro tip, they did know about it.
Yeah.
Nor did even Keegan,
Yeah.
who knew about it all.
Mm-hmm.
Not a single one of them, humiliated or made fun of you for it.
Yeah. I noticed that, and I had a feeling it had something to do with the fact that, hey, vampires are kind of half rage monster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and then ironically enough, we had Craftlaw, who didn't really think through his words. Just come up to you and just be like, lol, some detective you are. Psh. Yeah, that entire thing you've been working on your entire mortal life and a good chunk of your immortal life. Psh. Psh. Raw smash. That's basically how that conversation went in the abridged version.
Abridged.
Yeah, that was that conversation in the abridged version.
It's
Oh,
just like, we need to find a better detective. Hulk smash.
yeah.
I
Soil
feel bad
Lancer,
for modern
the campaign
vampires.
is over. The campaign is over. This is the after talk. We're talking to the players about what they learned.
I feel really bad about the modern vampires. They can never go on the internet or to any forums on there if they get pissed because of what I say.
Yeah, it
You
is
can
pretty
answer
bad.
that.
Luckily, you know, there are those people out there who can differentiate, you know, trolls on the internet from, you know, other vampires.
Well, the older ones wouldn't be able to do that, would they? Because they usually do things like Keegan did on the Beast, going the Napoleonic era clothes when we're in the 19th or 20th century. So thinking about a Methuselah going on the internet and going to forums.
Yeah. Don't worry, no Methuselah knows how to use a computer, I'll tell you that now.
Okay.
New technology, fuck that noise. Most
It's just a
Methuselahs are still
fad.
getting used to the idea of firearms.
It's just a fad, guys.
Right?
That's what they go.
Technology's just a fad.
Pretty much.
Up until nuclear winter, it is.
Oh, so yeah. There is that. And I think everyone from Craft-Lol's absolute misstep learned how to talk to each other a little better.
You're welcome.
And, you know, not be a giant condescending dickhole like I am right now. Because as it turns out, in vampiric society, it matters a lot how you talk to people.
I should have gotten that from when I read Venture description about how they use exaggerated ways of paying respect to each other and stuff like that. Really,
Yeah. Pretty much everyone does that.
Well,
Like,
the
they don't
Venture-
necessarily do it
don't-
as exaggeratedly as the Venture, to be fair, but...
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah, right?
Man, I should have learned something from that.
Yeah, you should have. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Hindsight's 2020. I just need to paste that slogan right across the screen. Hindsight is 2020.
Pretty much.
So, Cackletron, you were with us only for 2 sessions.
Yep. And I got fucking slaverized.
Yep. I mean, your first session was you were too drunk to remember what the traditions were.
Yeah, pretty much.
And by the time you did remember the traditions...
Everything had already gone to shit.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. And I was already wanted by Keegan for robbing a bank.
Yep.
And then, it's Keegan, so I was
Lesson
like, well,
learned.
I'm not gonna die. It's gonna be much worse than death.
Lesson learned, don't rob banks.
I was just don't rob banks associated with Keegan in any way.
Or with
Or any
Venture.
other Venture.
It's
Yeah.
pretty hard to find a bank that's not associated with a vampire.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but just Keegan specifically. So,
Yeah, Cackle and Ally did in fact rob banks in session 2. It kind of backfired.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was going for 3 banks. I've only got 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Fucking
would have
take
got
all
away
the
with
money.
it too if it wasn't for that meddling Keegan. Actually, that
Yeah,
meddling
that
Malk,
meddling
really.
Keegan.
Yep, it was
sure.
it was me. Tackle.
Fucking Malk.
Yeah, blame the milk. That's more correct.
At least you're alive with me.
The Malk fucked me up, so much, literally. First of
Yeah,
all,
he
connected me with the
foresaw.
bank.
He figured out you were the bank robber, and
He
on
figured out I was
top of
behind
that,
him.
yeah, he revealed that you were behind him and allowed Keegan to speak to you.
Fucking...
I mean, Andy fucked you, Cackle.
Yeah, anally.
It was the new eyes. They helped.
I actually think, yeah, you ripped out your eyes after the first fucking you did, so.
It was I ripped out my eyes before I started seeing visions of Cackle.
Oh, okay. So yeah, your new eyes were sighted on Cackle. Got it.
Okay, apparently.
Yeah, am I okay? Soul Lancer asks. I am not, but...
I literally fucking said I had something to do, and you're gonna run away. And you're gonna run
Well
away.
then.
Drag you. And can hear you.
Hi, Allied.
And I'm in the middle of something that I've had planned for 3 fucking weeks. Don't be a fucking asshole. No, you haven't.
Really?
We're just gonna put him on server mute for a second.
Let him sort that out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good God.
Alright. Well.
Okay, well,
Yeah. Where did we leave off?
I'm keeping those eyes.
Yeah.
I'm keeping my old ones.
Yeah.
Lucky Charms, right? Fucking weird.
He's just testing.
Yeah. I just like everything okay in the background there? Nope. Not yet.
He'll unmute himself when he gets.
Well, no, I actually that's
Oh.
true. I can not server mute him, so he can unmute himself. There. He can unmute himself on his time. All right. So yeah, those new eyes, they helped you. They're anti-Cackletron apparently.
Fucking apparently. Like everything in this game.
Yeah, Cackletron, you really tried to build a min-max character.
But it worked well last time.
Yeah. So that's the foley that is actually VTM, and I love it. Because when you're building your character, due to how XP costs work, it actually favors you to min-max. But realistically in the game, you want to point in as many skills as possible.
You gotta remember as well, I looked at everyone else's characters and like, they could really do with a tank to help them out. And this
Yeah,
is not
except
really me.
It wasn't a combat campaign, Cackletron.
It's always a combat campaign.
Only because you showed up and tried to make it into one.
It's always a combat
Yeah, you know.
campaign if you want it to be.
Just because you start, like, drawing your claws and stabbing random hobos in the street.
I didn't do anything
No.
of the sort.
I'm just saying hypothetically.
I mean, hypothetically, once we went to war, it'd be pretty fucking useful to have claws.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure the rest of us got into more combat than Cackle. Pretty sure I got into more combat than Cackle, and I would hardly call it a fight.
Yeah. All I did was turn to mist, roll a bang, and then literally nothing else.
All I did was get the shit beat down into me. And you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Everything worked out for me. It's all
I
good.
did, verbally.
Eventually.
Yeah. And we have joining us now, Allied Horizon.
Hi, folks.
It's okay. We all love you here.
Well,
Family issues are not. I don't have a great family. My apologies.
It's alright. It's alright. So yeah, we were just talking. Oh hey, Craft, welcome back.
Yep.
I'm
That was
back.
crap.
Yeah, we were just talking about the absolute butt fucking that Andy gave Cackletron with his lovely new eyes.
fuck Malks.
Maybe that guy should just replace his eyes once a month or something.
Clearly. Sometimes you need to gouge him out and get some new eyes.
These
Well,
eyes,
anti-younger eyes, isn't it?
these eyes
Mhm.
seem outdated. Time for fresh new ones. Let me just rip them out.
I mean,
Right.
that's what happened, right?
Yep. Yeah, that tends to happen with the magical eyes of chaos.
I'm just thinking of the image of some dude just screaming in pain. Then he goes into the fetal position on the floor, rips his eyes out. And
That's
just
pretty much
stands
what
back up,
happened.
stands back up, grows new ones, and nobody asks questions.
That is
Yeah.
pretty fun.
That just happens with Malks. That's pretty tame for a Malk, actually.
Yeah.
It's like switching the batteries. Need new ones once in a while.
Except these batteries can screw up your entire thing, like Cackle saw.
Yeah.
Fucking Malks.
Yep.
So
You think you have an airtight plan? Then the Malks.
clearly, just don't handle the money yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
It was Allied's plan all along.
it was.
Yeah, no, totally. My plan was to destroy communism by destroying Cackleshawn, clearly.
No, the plan to rob the bank.
I really am a mastermind. I myself wasn't even aware of this plan.
Apparently,
Your plan to become like fucking a bishop of Hungary or whatever on the Sabbat.
Yeah.
Ugh. So,
you were leading communism, Allied. Now.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's socialism. It's a different brand. Don't worry, it's fine.
You were
Patient
leading the
communism.
revolution.
No. See, you don't know what real communism is. This was off-brand communism.
He was
Social-
fucking wait. I find the Soviet Premier of
Socialists-
Hungary.
Socialists are just patient communists. It's okay.
Basically, you took the fucking. One sec. This would be really funny once I find the leader of Hungary that was during Soviet times. One sec.
right.
This would be funny. It'll pay off. I swear.
Quick to the Google.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Hungary had like 1 billion governments apparently, so it's hard to try and find one.
Yeah. So, speaking of Allied, now that he's here, hey Allied, how did you feel the campaign went?
I won.
He's.
But in all seriousness, though, I personally enjoyed the campaign. Well, yes, I had moments of panicking. I think it was a great campaign up until I found out that I was the reason why everything went tits up at the end for getting the Archduke killed.
Now, let's be honest here. It was already lying on the floor, half bleeding out, screaming, "Kill me!"
It was a
that
mercy
was the
killing.
state the campaign was in.
Well,
What you
Shit.
did was just merciful. Like,
kind of ended the campaign a couple weeks early. And,
I mean, at least we don't have to deal with the Justicars.
and-
yeah, I
what the fuck was that with the serial killings? And can we hear about this? It's like, you had a
sure.
whole
Let's
plan that never
resolve
happened.
that while we were here.
Yeah.
What happened in the end for Allied? Oh, he murdered the Archduke.
And became Bishop of Hungary.
I became the Bishop of Hungary after the Sabbat
Budapest, right?
taken over.
Yeah, after the Sabbats, just like you defected back to them, and they accepted you because you murdered the Archduke, Franz Ferdinand, destroyed the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and dealt a crippling blow to the Camarilla that they will take literally hundreds of years to recover from.
And then I got to eat 2 other vampires, so that was fun.
Like, I could actually pull up a modern-day map here. Yeah, no, they still have not managed to reclaim... Yeah, no.
Wait,
Okay,
you have a
even funnier is what the Harbingers will do to the Sabbat. Now that even more Harbingers can come.
Right? It's like, fuck.
Well,
The
I-
Harbingers
doesn't
really likes Allied.
doesn't the Sabbat end up actually, like, getting messed with as much as the Camarilla by the Harbingers of Skulls? Because,
No.
oh, really?
The Harbingers of Skulls absolutely hate the Camarilla.
Oh, so
Congratulations.
I see. I'm on the winning side then.
Kinda, right? So, yeah. You dealt, like, more damage to the Camarilla than anyone else could have.
honestly, what set that in motion was craft.
True.
Yeah, had that whole little you
That
know,
scene
getting
not happened, things would have turned out very differently.
yeah,
The
had
one-
Arm
Had Kraft not said that one comment, this whole campaign would have been entirely different.
yeah, no, I just would have been
If
running.
Arma not had bad luck, it wouldn't have happened either. I tried to stop it.
You can't blame the dice, Craft Lol.
I will blame anything but myself.
I reject your reality
everyone
and
else-
substitute it with
yeah.
my own.
Everyone else is already blaming you, Kraft. Honestly, I don't think they need the help.
So,
It did
let's
begin.
actually talk about that serial killing stuff since somebody asked. One of you guys, I forget who already.
Wow.
And Pagan
It was
did
cool
this as
skills.
post-commentary.
Yeah, so there was, in fact, a cult to the demoness Hecate going on. There was going to be a series of 5 women who were all pregnant at the age of like 18 to 21, who were spread out in a pentagon, or pentagram was what it would technically draw, across the city that would center on the major crossroads of Vienna. And then from there, at midnight on New Year's, they would have summoned Hecate.
Is that an issue for us, though?
For cakes.
Yeah, I mean, demons are a bitch.
I mean, I draw my energy. Well, Lysandra
Well,
drew
she
her
is a
energy
bitch.
from the abyss anyway, so...
Yeah.
Well, she doesn't like demons. Don't like other demons.
I'm not a demon, I'm a vampire. I just draw my
Well, you
energy.
draw, yeah, exactly, but you draw your power from like the demon world. So
I mean, like,
it won't
would
like
the vampires want to fight Hecates, or would they just go, eh?
What would happen to the Giovanni when the Harbinger's skulls come into the world? Yeah, that's a good point. They have to deal with the Harbinger's skulls for an extra couple hundred years. The Giovanni are probably not going to be doing so well in this world either. Valid point.
Maybe Lazarus can become the new kind of Cappadocian antediluvian.
Well, isn't he by all technicalities that already? Because he's the
Well, kind of.
So, yeah. That would be a problem if the demoness Hecate entered into the city. That would be very bad for you guys.
Can't we just make a pact with her and, you know, gain some stuff from it?
That's called infernalism, and it's
Very
how do we
shrouded.
say,
It's
frowned
very
upon.
funny.
Crap, you need to read more, evidently.
It's frowned
I
upon in
know.
the manner of stabbings and diablerie. And
I was just
justified
thinking of
diablerie,
them-
Probably.
Oh no. You do not diablerize someone who's an infernalist.
Oh, that's true.
why not?
If you
You
eat
can
the
eat-
soul
yeah.
of somebody who sold their soul to a demon.
Your soul gets sold to the demon.
No, but they believe that you become tainted by the infernal energies, and you get the blood hunt passed on to you.
That's disappointing.
But nobody will know.
Except Arma with his aspects, if he'll ever learn to use it.
I'd be far more worried about Andy's Eyes of Chaos. He seemed to be on point with those.
Especially since I figured out how to refresh them.
And his luck with Eyes of Chaos has been ridiculous.
Andy can't use his Eyes of Chaos for metagaming knowledge if you don't even know your own plan in the first place.
Yep, and also Cool Skills brings up another valid point. Pacts with demons, they always go well.
Well, I mean, if you're immortal, you don't really need your soul.
Oh god.
I'm not wrong.
And you wonder why the campaign fell apart.
You don't
I
have a
put-
point there, though, unfortunately. Also, I'm surprised that East Asia and Eurasia and Oceania did so well in the books because I'm pushing them back in my game.
Yeah, you're playing Hearts of Iron right now.
Yeah, I'm also playing the 1984 mod.
So we hear.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was the thing that was happening, and you guys could have totally stopped it.
Nah.
Did we stop
I
it
mean,
though?
I tried.
I mean,
tried.
Arma
you
used
didn't-
it to kill his own primogen. Or to, you know, give the Tremere a reason to kill his own primogen.
Yeah, I mean, he tried to, but that never actually came to fruition.
I saved this primogen. He should thank me.
Yeah,
Also-
yeah.
Cool, this is great.
Hmm.
Go Free
mean-
Britain.
I mean, I tried to get back on track with it, but it was too late at that point. It was so bad that you wrote
Did
it.
we stop that though?
And then we smashed it to the ground.
I mean, you didn't specifically. The riots in the Flaming City Center?
Yes, that was me.
No, that was the blood mages trying to cover up Armon.
But the riots.
Not yours. I don't. Wait, whose riots? Andy's or the blood Tremere covering up Armon's mass murder?
The Tremere covering up Armand's mass
Damn it.
murder. Not the Santa Malk incident.
No, and after that. And subsequent riots.
Yeah. So, it was the cover-up of Armand. Yeah, that, so, if it makes you guys feel better, you did resolve that in the end.
I'm cool with that. I wouldn't have an issue with the demon walking around eating souls.
Mm-hmm.
Good God.
If it's not on my front lawn, it's not my problem. That's how vampires look at life, right?
Not your front lawn anymore.
No.
NIMBYism AF.
That,
Well, it's more of a,
and what
it's not
kind
in
of
my
vampire
city.
does it? You know, the guys that are holed up in their own castle, they do it.
Yeah, I know, but it's more like if vampires have sort of a city-wide consciousness. If it ain't in my city, it ain't my problem. Is correct and apt.
If it ain't coming to my city, it's not my problem.
Right?
It's good. Where was it gonna go after if we didn't defeat it in Vienna?
Hmm. I mean, if you didn't defeat it in Vienna, it would have killed you all.
Oh,
Yay.
So, I never really resolved where the fuck it goes after that. I didn't need to.
Didn't get summoned in the end because just the cars came.
No, it didn't get summoned in the end because all the cultists were, you know, burnt to the ground along with their prisoners.
Yay.
Lel.
what other questions are on the slate?
Well,
Or
I
I
mean,
missed?
Well, we were just talking about what everyone had learned as well.
Just roll a die. I thought I heard
Don't
someone
be
rolling a
nice to
die.
people.
Cackletron did a while ago.
No,
I don't know
like
why you're
IRL.
hearing it now.
Like someone took a die out of a container and rolled it.
Oh, that's
Mm.
me.
Yeah, that's what I thought I heard.
He's still rolling the luck die for us right now.
Yeah, I have dice here. And I do occasionally when I need to roll things that you guys don't know about. I just roll them.
Isn't there some
Because it's a
kind of
lot
heal
more
roll on all 20?
interesting, you know.
Like the hunter's shadowing me.
Yeah. So you had no idea if the hunters were shadowing you. I rolled both your stealth roll and their shadowing roll in secret. So, and I do that for rolls that you know, very important rolls. Because I realize if you roll badly on your stealth roll, you're just going to assume that the hunters are following you.
Or not.
So, yeah.
You know, I did learn one thing from this campaign.
Hmm?
Don't ever let your fletchings off your leash.
Yeah. Yeah. But I believe wasn't that far. Can I get tabletop public? Here we go. We have this lovely piece of fan art here.
Oh, we got fan art?
No,
Yeah.
But
It's on the stream if you want to see it. It is very, very valid.
Oh, yeah, the leash thing.
All dogs must be kept on leash.
Hmm.
Keegan did not.
I told you, Crab, next time we run, you can be my my fledgling.
you're gonna eat those fucking words.
I will take care of you properly. You will have a loving home.
Will it be 2 by 1 by 1?
No. I can't have him outside.
Painted white and red in the yard.
No, see, he'll just be staked every night so he can sleep well.
Day.
No, not like that. Not like that, Andy. No. Also, I don't believe that paralyzes a vampire. It has to be like a Is it a specific type of stake, or can it be any
Wooden
stake?
stake to the heart.
Anything made of wood, actually. Doesn't even have to be a stake. In theory, it
Could
can
I
be a
use
blunt object if you jam it in hard enough.
Could I use
Wouldn't
a
that just
pencil?
smash a heart, though?
Like I said, if you jam it in hard enough.
Kale, could I use a pen?
And if I had taken out my pen and stabbed it in Arman's heart when
Sorry,
made him
pens are made of
stop,
wood?
would that have worked?
Do you mean pencil?
Yeah, I know. I'm surprised by this too. Since when are heads made of wood?
Do you mean pencil?
Sure, pencil.
Yeah, pencil would function just fine.
Even with the graphite center.
Yeah. There's still wood in a shaft formation.
Keck.
Giving
Shaft
someone
of
the
wood.
shaft just took on a whole new meaning.
Right? So yeah, you could have just taken a pencil, driven it into Arman's heart, and he would have just gone limp.
And you just kind of put him down in a dumpster and go, shh, you need a nap.
But while he's frenzying, well, first of all, hitting the heart is
No,
pretty hard
that
to
would
do.
just
The
no.
difficulty.
No, well, I used dominate and made him stop. I could have done it.
Yeah.
I
First
guess.
of all, second of all,
Would you?
if I had stayed in public and done it, that would have been a bit suspicious.
You know, you could have just
Maybe
you
gotten
coulda-
me arrested. You know.
Well, you could have dominated him to follow you, like, and
I
like,
know, no, but stabbing in the heart and leaving him in a dumpster isn't gonna make him stop frenzying.
Yeah, it is.
Just have to wait out an hour.
Yeah, an hour.
Well, I mean, if he's staked and he's paralyzed, doesn't that also paralyze the beast?
Kinda, yeah.
So then he literally could just leave him in a dumpster for like an hour
Yeah.
and hope
Pretty
nobody
much.
were to kidnap him in that process or throw him
Right?
into like a garbage
Like,
truck.
he could have just done it and just be like, fuck, I don't know what to do. I'll ask Keegan. I'll bring him there. He just brings it down hall, brings it to Keegan's like, so he was frenzying. What do I do?
Dragging a guy through the street isn't suspicious.
Any cops ask, I'm not the droid you're looking for.
Or have him on your shoulders and say, he's really shit-faced, sir. I'm taking him
Well,
home.
here's a question: Do they like freeze in whatever position they're holding,
Yeah.
or do they go limp?
He well, from the dominate command, he froze in the position. When you go staked, though, you're paralyzed, so you go limp.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he
So
could have said he was.
it's not. Sorry, I'm thinking of petrified.
So yeah, you could totally throw him over the shoulder. If Craftwell had that kind of strength, which he didn't.
Okay.
Strength
But that's
two.
what blood is for.
It's average strength. That should be possible to carry.
You could've-
Oh yeah, with 2 you're fine. I thought you were like Keegan and had 1.
No,
What
I
are
didn't
muscles?
need my character.
I also learned that you should have a properly designed character for your clan, not a min-max, not a character that's more combat oriented. If you're Lasombra, who's more manipulation and intelligence based.
Well,
Well-
Lasombra, the great thing about Lasombra is they have the ability to go either. The problem is you tried to build a combat Lasombra.
In the cami.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it fit the whole background of being a Sabat defector, so
It did, but it kind of left you stranded, you know?
yeah. As I said, like I would definitely retouch and retool if given the
Mhm.
chance the character.
Hypothetically, if you could respend your discipline points, where would they be?
I would Does that include the freebie points I spent on discipline?
Yeah, so if you had
Nope.
4...
That was 7 for the discipline.
Yeah.
So I would dump those in a generation, and I would put instead of having like discipline 3 and up to integration, it would be 1 in each, just so I would have the base of each one of my abilities instead of relying solely on my tentacles. Or
Fair.
because all of those could have come in handy. Dominate, potent, like, any of those would have been useful at any real point.
Mm-hmm.
Does
I
a
mean-
Sombra have dominate or is it present?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, it's only dominate, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, even in a social campaign, you'd be surprised just how useful potence can be. It's like, man, there's this locked door between us and where we need to be. Well, you know, click, crack. Now there's not.
Oh, somebody just broke into this building. I should report it once I leave.
Like, whatever.
As long as there are no palace guards watching as you break through the window.
Oh, God, Armand.
And then freeze up on that.
Oh, God, Armand.
What happened to that guard that I haunted?
He
Poor Franz.
did not survive the rioting night.
Oh,
That's good for him.
Did he hang himself, or was he just killed?
I hope he
In the
gets killed.
battles, he proceeded to shoot himself with his own rifle.
Oh, I
so
thought
it's not-
Ahriman killed him. I thought you were gonna say Ahriman tore his chest out or something.
No.
I've come to realize I've actually never. Did any of us actually use our guns besides Ahriman in the shootout with the cop?
Me
I
and
pulled
Keegan.
up, but I forgot that I had one.
Armand didn't even use it. He just pointed it at a guy.
It was an effective threat.
Yeah. Nobody fired their firearm.
Well, the hunters that are dead don't think so, Kevin.
Oh, right. You guys had to fight those hunters. I forgot about that.
By the way, are the hunters still after Keegan's character after this?
No,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Emperor's dead. Come on, the Emperor's dead.
Emperor didn't.
They lost their support.
What you think that the church lost its support?
Well, I think the biggest factor would be that Keegan's no longer in the city. They probably lost track of him now.
Yeah, no. He's safe for a while, but they'll come back.
Be a real dick
Always
move.
come back.
Be a real dick move if somebody got a letter stating where he was, huh?
Right?
And I'm part of the Sabbat now. I don't give a fuck. You're Camarelli.
Oh.
I do hope we get to come back to at least this type of universe at some point in the future, whether it's near or not, to see what happens between the two opposing dynamics, I guess is the proper word.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I definitely want to run another campaign with you guys.
Well, we definitely want to be in it.
Well, that's you talking.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, I see
That's
how
not
it is.
No, I'm just like, how does everyone else feel?
I
They're
would
not-
like to. Of course.
Hold on, I gotta,
Comrade
I gotta
Calvin.
defrag my eyes to see how this will go.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't be interested in another VTM game because VTM just doesn't interest me as much as it does the rest of you guys, but
Wow.
I'd probably be there for another type of game.
Hmm.
Oh, this was fun for me.
Well, I'm thinking of maybe leaving my job because of managerial changes, so I'll actually have free time soon, hopefully, maybe.
Oh, will you?
Yeah.
Are you going to kill your boss? Are you going to Diabolize him?
Shh, don't.
That's not how you
Don't believe
seize
it.
the means of productions,
That's
Cacotron.
exactly how you do
Actually, I think that is
Exactly how you
exactly
do
how
it.
you seize the means of production.
You don't eat your boss.
it. Well, you don't have to.
You forge his will first,
Don't
and
you
then
think-
he dies.
Don't eat the rich. I mean, you know,
Gotta cook them up first.
clearly. Do you have to rise one with more than 3 resources? That's how it works.
Right, fair enough.
You can't absorb background points. Well, I mean, I guess you could absorb a generation point, but
Mhm.
No, it's absorbing them because they have more than 3 resources. Which I probably have at some point, but
you might have more luck, and it might be easier just to steal from them or play stocks.
yeah, but this isn't to that. But the joke.
Kelvin, a question. What
Mhm.
skill would it take to forge a testament? Or will?
Craft.
That would be... Well, no, that would be law.
That would be
Really?
law, not finance
That would
or
be law.
academics.
Perception
And
law.
What? Perception law. Okay, great.
Mhm.
Have you got a plan?
I just thought of something really good. Yes, of course I do.
Well, I
Thank
mean,
you
if
for
you had
giving me
influence
the
in the
idea.
legal industry, if you had influence in the court system, you wouldn't really need that.
You can get... Well, you just need to get your false will notarized, that's all.
Hmm.
Easy peasy.
There you go.
Look, if you have dominate and you can falsify a will, you can get it approved.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you need to get to the?
You wouldn't even need to falsify it if you had dominate.
Yeah, you could have them write it yourself.
True.
Yep.
So, how much worse could the campaign have gone, Kale?
Not much.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. This was the fastest end to a campaign I have ever had.
You sound proud of us in a sad way.
That sums things up. I'm impressed that you guys fucked it up so badly.
Into the fucking ground, dude. That was the
Yep.
goal.
Yep.
It was the unfortunate goal.
I got 4 resources at the end there because Cackle never got his money right.
Yep.
Well, I mean,
Cackle is
nobody-
unable to collect his money.
Yeah.
He's currently a mind servant.
The worst thing is, I don't think I'm a mind servant.
Yep.
No.
You believe your actions are your own.
Mm.
You are willingly Keegan's slave.
I swear, next time I'm gonna play a fucking like venture or some shit.
True
Big man
Bruja?
combat.
Yeah, true Bruja, dude.
True Jaws? What? Why the hell would he play a True Jaw?
Because so he could put everything into intelligence and wits.
No. I'm gonna play as like whatever Keegan was playing as.
Adventure.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I would.
Be a Mal and see the
Literally
future.
copy all of Keegan's fucking stats.
I would totally be Let's
Malk?
look for it again.
Oh, okay.
I can't handle Malks because I seem to break the campaign in and of itself without seeing the future. So
Mm-hmm.
I would rather not have the ability to break it on purpose.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to play as a Malk, but yeah. Can't go
I don't know.
otherwise.
I feel like I should play something different if I ever do this again.
Oh god, a full game of just Malks. How weird.
It'd be like the Knights of the Hexagonal Table.
Oh god, he's bringing in the Malk lore. So there was a King Arthur and the Knights of the Hexagonal Table in Boston.
Wait, was it actually the Hexagonal Table? I know there was.
I don't know if it's the Hexagonal Table.
That's what I'm calling it. Fuck it. There's 6 of them.
Sure. So King Arthur and his knights, he's the Prince of Boston, or at least he was until he went into a forest with a butter knife, and destroyed an entire army of Sabbat.
Somehow.
Wait, hold on. With a butter knife.
I'll give you a link.
Right, like.
He is truly the chosen one.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Just don't question the Malks.
What was
he
his name
went
again?
Excalibur. Let's go.
Exactly, the
knife.
butter knife was Excalibur.
He pulled it out of a block of butter.
Yeah, he did. That's actually literally what happened.
Fucking hell.
Oh god.
I thought vampires didn't have the faith trait. I guess I was lied to.
Like, how he was embraced was weird too. His sire embraced him, then ordered him to diablerize him. For the power, because he will need it for his destiny.
Fucking weird.
He then pulled Excalibur from a block of butter, which was a butter knife, and then became the Prince of Boston for like a decade.
Quincy King.
Quincy King III, yes.
I,
And then proceeded to die during Gehenna, defeating an army of Sabbat.
why did he not take his knights with him?
He did. To be fair, it was 7 Malks versus like 100 Sabbat, but
I
And
fully
they won.
expect the Malks to win that, I'll be honest.
Well, I mean, Voice of Madness is OP.
mm-hmm.
And then make them feel, and then use the passion on them too.
Yeah, right. Like that's just how it works, mate. Don't fuck with the Malks.
The Malks.
Mm-hmm.
Something I find sad is Dread Gaze only works on one person. Dread Gaze is an army.
I'm always disappointed personally about how like undervalued people put on presence.
Well, I couldn't
Well,
have it in the
well,
first
it's
place.
Oh, yeah, it's
So.
pretty
Feels.
OP.
Yeah.
Feels
I mean,
like-
summon is
I-
just a
you-
great ability.
How? Like, I can't
You
think
just
of a
anyone
user.
you know, you can tell them to come to you.
Or a bird of.
Yeah.
Fuck it, summon the president. Why not?
Yeah, you've seen a picture of him, sure.
So,
Get diplomacy, the secondary skill, and then just summon like 2 world leaders and they'll mediate.
wait, wouldn't that cause a lot of issues if you summon like the president of a country right in like the room you're in?
Not really.
No.
I know, you summon the Prime Minister of England and the President of France and make the dual monarchy happen.
Actually, you could do that, couldn't you? You could dominate
you
them
could.
both after summoning them.
No, you use diplomacy to make it happen.
Yeah, it's a secondary skill.
And it can only be difficulty 9.
Andy, please link me to diplomacy.
Difficulty 9, 25 successes to form the dual monarchy.
Is that actually something that has difficulties? That's some.
Well, the point of it is that you can't have a difficulty above 9, so instead it's difficulty 9 with the number of successes required.
Would it be?
So I'm just like difficulty 9, 25 successes. to form the dual
How do you
monarchy.
But
fail
then you
that?
get the dual monarchy and get to laugh at everyone's faces.
Tabletop public.
Thank you.
How hard would it be to reform the Kalmar Union? Yeah, I need to know that.
I don't know.
It's important.
Nobody's tried.
What is TAC is supposed to be for diplomacy? TACT.
Did somebody
Like-
try to do a monarchy? Is that why there's a difficulty for it?
No, I just made it up randomly.
Okay.
It's
Okay, you know that time that Craftlol tried to talk to Armon?
that was tactless.
That was tactless.
Oh,
The opposite of that. You know how you talk to people and they don't just randomly get mad at you?
It's like having tact is being able to tiptoe around the elephant in the room.
Yeah. It's about being able to say things in a non-blunt manner so that way people don't hate you when you tell them the truth.
I can do that if I think before I speak.
You know what really helps in VTM and in real life?
common sense.
Thinking before you speak.
But
Thinking
that's
in general.
boring.
I just don't believe you, Kale, with that statement.
No.
Look at what
Don't-
Ally
don't
did.
think to speak.
I've done a
Don't-
lot of things, Craft. You have to be specific here.
Yeah. Don't think, just act.
Yeah.
Then
I'll
I become
save the
bishop of-
Archduke.
Just
Campaign ruined.
Well, I mean, I didn't know that there was like you could reinforce metal or anything. Like I legitimately thought he was gonna die, so I was like, I got this.
Yeah, I know. That's what makes it all the cuter.
And then he's
I
just
did
like,
it,
well, he died. Tried to betray the camera there.
No. See, it wasn't just it was originally go to America, and then I realized, wait, I'm not safe there, and then I happened to find some spot. Now those people
Like
I
you
threw
are
back
safe.
into the building, they earned their fate.
I mean, you could have helped
Hang
take
on,
Boston.
Allied. I need you to make another conscience roll.
I'm already saying it's rationalized. I'm okay with the fact that I had to toss him back in. Look, at that point, I was justified in the fact that my guy was just like, I have fucked up. I need to dispose of the witnesses and be gone.
Hey, can I haunt Allied? Do I ever see him again?
Unfortunately not.
Well, I mean, you can always come to Hungary. I mean, I'm pretty sure Keegan finds out where I live, and I know where Keegan goes back to because of his mission. So,
I still want a follow-up campaign.
Well,
of,
you
like,
are-
fucking Keegan versus Allied.
Yeah,
well, I mean, if enough people demand it, well,
maybe.
Then it probably will happen, but still.
Technotron, I will come and I will save you one day, my friend.
Will you, though?
Well, yeah, you'll just be, you know, my slave instead of
The
him.
only way I'll ever get free is if Keegan tries to, like, tell me to shoot on protesters or something, because that'd be against my, like...
No, they have to be
Um,
on
fucking
communist
what's it called?
protesters.
No, just protesters, because my nature was, like, visionary or some shit.
Oh.
Now we all know how to exploit
Oh yeah.
people's
So what was
character.
everyone's nature? Like, wouldn't you get willpower?
Yeah, let's actually let's actually take a guess here. So, we're gonna start with Keegan's nature. What do you guys guess Keegan's nature was?
Domineering?
Tyrant.
Domineering
Tyrant
tyrant.
makes sense.
Something about being in
that-
control. Let me
Yeah, it was
find.
probably one of the control-y ones.
Considering the
Good
fact that I
feeling.
don't
It
believe...
was curmudgeon.
God damn it!
What is that?
You get a willpower whenever you predict someone is going to do something like wrong
Stupid.
or bad, and it gets.
Yeah.
I was
What-
contemplating.
Basically,
doing
the
that.
entire time he was just playing slots on you guys to restore willpower. He was randomly sending me predictions in text.
Wasn't,
Like
what
he's
is it?
PMing me. He was PMing me predictions about you guys.
Fucking
And
You
hell.
recovered
Elks?
some willpower here and there in secret.
Can Melks get that trait? Like, that
Yes.
nature?
Oh yeah.
Oh god, that is such an abusable thing.
All right,
No,
so
I got
Cackletron already revealed that he is a visionary deviant.
Mm.
All right, let's guess craft lol.
Mine was really bad because I didn't know which to choose.
Yeah, well, let's guess it. Any guesses?
Thrill seeker,
Fucking up horrendously.
survivor, trickster.
Follower?
Yeah,
Conformist?
that's for my money on follower.
I actually don't know what craft is because of just how his character was played. I'm unsure.
Martyr?
Nope. He was an autocrat, everybody.
Oh god.
Fucking hell.
I know, so bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I was
That
thinking my
definitely did
first
not work
plan
out.
was, thinking of expanding, into like
Good God.
finance, which would have been a bad idea because of Cole.
I mean, as long as you didn't muscle in on this market, he really wouldn't have much of an issue against you, from what I was able to tell.
Mhm.
What happened to Colm, by the way?
Yeah.
He ended up fleeing the country. He's back in Germany.
Aw, that's sad. He lost all his influence. Now he's only a
So
sad
let's try Andy now. What was Andy, do you think, guys?
You hide your secrets from others. Even more importantly, you hide your true self. Oh, that's autist. How is this word pronounced?
Which word?
Autist?
Okay, yeah.
As in someone who is autistic?
So I was right then. Okay, that's what I
No.
think Andy's.
No,
What?
not even close.
Bon vivant.
I'll give you a hint.
Bon vivant.
I'll give you a hint.
Something.
It had to do with the bar scene and my stroll through town on Christmas.
Bravo.
Whatever the performer.
Nobody actually saw that, by the way, yet. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's still not out.
Oh, okay.
That one thing he did that one time to make everybody sort of face palm.
Pretty much.
No.
I really don't. I really don't know.
Manipulator. People fascinate
Really?
me. You love to see them the many ways they react to the situation you've so carefully set up for them. You gain willpower when someone when you gain some insight about people from some experiment you performed.
It turns out this entire campaign was actually just Andy's experiment on you guys.
His social experiment. Oh,
Yeah.
we didn't sign waivers for this, Andy.
Just a social experiment.
It's just a prank, bro.
Just a social experiment, bro.
Experiment.
Alright,
So?
next up we have Cosmo di Medici.
The whole stroll was about regaining willpower.
Played by Armand, the piano
yeah.
player drunkard guy.
No, he was a singer.
Singer.
Yeah, that's why I also took singing.
Was his performance?
Yeah, performance singing.
Oh, that was his nature.
No. What is his nature, do you guys think?
Capitalist.
Something artistic.
Something artistic?
Masquerader?
Nope.
Revolutionary?
Art.
That was Cackletron.
Stuff. Painter. I don't know.
No, he was a bon vivant.
Really?
Yep. He
What's
just
that?
enjoyed life for the pleasure.
Oh.
I mean, I guess that explains why he gave in to the beast at the end there.
Yeah, right. And finally, we have Allied. Let's guess his nature.
Can I?
Autocrat.
For capitalist.
Are you just guessing everyone who wasn't you as a capitalist,
Yes.
Cackletron? Oh, okay.
Well, I was trying
mean-
to think who was the one that was like a barman who sold information, because that fits pretty well with it.
You got it. Rogue.
I can't remember who that was.
I'm not a rogue and I'm not a capitalist. However, Cackletron's pretty fucking close.
Yeah.
Craft, Armand.
Bureaucrat.
Nope.
Jerk.
No, whoops, that's not right at all. Benefactor then.
You're very close with that one.
Armand. Hold on. Armand, what is your thought?
I honestly don't know enough about your character's actions to make a guess, to be honest, other than something to do with gathering power, honestly.
Yes.
You're correct. He was an architect. He wanted to build a better tomorrow with him at the helm.
Better tomorrow. Sure.
Which I did in Hungary.
Burned it down.
I was in Vienna. I said, huh?
Yeah,
Well,
he
yeah,
did build a better tomorrow. It just happened to
You
be
know what they say,
communist
you've
and
got to
smaller
break
in
a few
smaller
eggs,
states.
I made the communism
in this
work.
case, just destroy a few cities, and then you'll be fine.
That's a Sabbat for you.
Kill a few vampires.
You have to
Kill
rip-
millions of humans.
You have to rip down the old world if you want the new one to work better.
With you at the helm.
Of course. It's my vision, therefore I'll lead it.
Anarchist words to live by.
So, we also have a question from Solar Lancer about what about the Ottoman traitor and the Assamite? Well, they were the same person, first off. Second off, that never really panned out because the campaign caught fire too quickly.
Not apologizing.
Short answer is Keegan had an Assamite after him, who was trying to kill him to fulfill a contract. That was taken out on him by Etrius, the leader of the Tremere.
I just think it's so fucking funny.
That's the guy that had the.
Etrius.
That's the guy that had the chat with Lazarus, correct?
Yep.
Was he the prince of the city?
Yeah.
Well,
He's
he's
the
the-
leader of all Tremere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he was their antediluvian?
No, he's Generation
No.
4.
What?
He's
But if
just-
He
he's
just wanted, you know, Keegan quietly eliminated. Because Keegan had huge enmity with the Tremere. So, again, this is a point about Vampire Society subtlety. Like, Etrius could just snap his fingers and have Keegan catch fire, burst into flames. But he wanted him eliminated discreetly in a way that wouldn't be traced back to him.
Because he still wanted that alliance. He just didn't
No, he
want
didn't.
Keegan to be there.
He didn't really want the alliance either. He was just kind of forced into it.
Why didn't he really want it? Did he just not? Or was it
He
actual
doesn't
reason
like
for
the
it?
Venture.
Ah, fair enough.
They've been feuding for hundreds of years.
Who really likes the Venture though?
Goymans.
Well, apparently not you.
Heck.
Well, Keegan was an ass.
The Keegan was your bog standard Venture.
That was his nature.
Yeah. Like that's your average Venture right there. That's what Keegan played.
Did I play La Sombra well?
With my playstyle, who
I
should buy?
mean,
Which
once you
clan
got
should I
the
buy?
once you got the bitch smacked out of you,
Still,
then yeah, you were pretty good at La Sombra.
still can't feel anything in the left side, just pointing it out.
That's because that half of you was all bitch, and then it got smacked out of you.
What happened to that La Sombra that smacked the shit out of Allied?
She's ruling over fiefdoms in Slavonia.
Nice.
So the Sabbat didn't touch her.
Yeah.
He probably
So-
tried. I said, don't do it, she'll fuck you up, fam. And he said, watch this, and he died.
So
Mhm.
why did you mention the Ordea League in the beginning? Were they important at all to the campaign?
Yes.
Cool.
What? Why were they
Why?
important?
Sorry, I was just coughing.
Okay.
Ugh. Yeah, they were gonna play some important parts. You know, in particular, they were going to be, you know, they were going to be like kind of trying to tie the Tremere's hands. Because they're just like, what the fuck is this shit? Because the Tremere were trying to eliminate all non-Tremere vampires in the city. That was their objective.
Mm-hmm.
So we would all be fucked.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
they kind of deserved the fucking we gave them, right?
I mean, you didn't really fuck them. You completed their objective, though.
There are now no more non-Tremere vampires in the city. It's just there kind of is half a city
What
left.
city?
Yeah.
You deleted half the city with all the other vampires as well. But yeah.
God. Tremere suck.
I totally want to see a Sabbat raid on the Chantry sometime in the future.
Hmm.
'Cause that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we all know how it's going to end up.
What?
Bring out
Not
leading
Sabbat
the charge.
victory.
if I may ask, what notable vampires, like NPC-wise, died in the whole campaign, either from the effects or after effects, or did all of them survive?
elders tend not to die. That's the thing you learn, is elders know how not to die. And they know how to clean up situations. You gotta have trust in the vampire elders. They know what they're doing.
They've been doing it a long ass time.
Yeah, right? And if you're like Allied and don't trust in them, you end up generally fucking up their plans more than you help them.
And then become Bishop of Hungary.
Well,
Well, if you trust your elders too much, you get eaten.
well, no, then you become a valuable pawn, and they don't want to eat you because you're valuable.
He did get eaten.
I mean, loyalty doesn't matter if you're incompetent.
Craft.
I wouldn't even call that loyalty with Craft.
He literally walked to his death willingly.
Well,
He didn't have a choice to run.
Literally, what was that? 8 successes on the dominate roll.
If I hadn't told Keegan, if I only told Keegan, oh, I think I saw a vampire frenzying in the street. We should do something about it. If I only said that, I would have been fine.
Yep.
Because
But you told him the truth,
known.
the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Exactly.
And
Have
it
faith
shut
in
up
your
till you died.
Have faith in your vampire elders, he says, as Craft is eaten.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Unless you fucked up, then cover it the fuck up.
I love how you wanted me to tell him. You even told me to tell him the truth, Kale.
Yeah, just tell him the truth.
You
It was personally a social experiment for me. Because we might have stumbled upon my true nature as well, Andy.
Bully?
Hi.
Manipulative?
No.
Manipulator.
Yeah, manipulator. So I was like, I want to see how much it takes for Keegan to break. Because in Keegan's very first vampire campaign as well, actually, he was playing as a fledgling. And he nearly got eaten by his sire for gross incompetence.
Really?
Yes.
He wasn't even eaten, that's the thing. His sire was nice to him. Because you told his sire to play fucking nice. You didn't tell
I did not tell his sire to play nice at all.
Yes, wasn't that what Keegan said before?
Yeah, that's what Keegan said. That's not actually what happened, though.
Okay. But his sire was actually nice. And
Yeah, his sire was in general nice. He couldn't fathom why the guy was being nice to him. So he just assumed it was because I told him that. In actuality, no, he was just lucky enough that his sire was a nice person.
I mean, to be fair,
But
Craft,
he
you
isn't
did.
nice.
No, Keegan's not nice.
I mean,
so.
To be fair though, Craft, you did get away with a lot of stuff that most vampires would not get away with in their fledgling state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually gave you more leeway than he should have.
I know. But wasn't that kind of how things played out with the one-on-one's fault?
Kinda.
Well, you did crumple.
A hunter walks up to you and says, "Have you ever seen this man in daylight?" And you say, "No, now that you mention it, I haven't."
I wonder why.
That panic
Please
roll
tell me
failed.
more.
Like, you failed an IRL courage roll. You just fucking buckled. That was one of the most hilarious scenes ever I've just seen.
Craft,
That was that moment where I just threw out my script. Because I honestly was like, well, I don't know what to do anymore. Fuck.
How many of those moments were there?
3 or 4.
Yeah.
Was my assassination of the Archduke one of those moments, or at that point had it just been so?
It was already been thrown out. There was no script left.
Didn't you remember how we said, let's wing it?
Shit got ad-libbed when...
After our man, frenzy.
After Craft's...
when our man started frenzying, it was, fuck it, we're winging it. Is this going to be posted on the YouTubes? Yes.
I think Araman was the hero of the campaign, in all honesty, because at the end he knew he was fucked and said, "Let's see how many I can take with me."
Who needs a script with these guys? I know, right? Cool skills. Why would I make a script for you guys?
Well, I mean, you failed to realize exactly how bad things could go.
You guys are so far off the rails, you could start doing multi-track drifting.
You're not wrong.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it was a success for a first time.
What are you talking about, Kale? Things were amazing. Everyone ended up great. The ones that are alive, that is.
Yeah, literally.
It's minus
Everyone
the
that
mind
survived.
slave that Cackletron became.
I will admit I feel incredibly bad at the fact that Cackletron joined, and then immediately thereafter was like, "Sorry, you can't stay at the city. Everything's just tits up."
Should have asked last week. And you're just going,
I got off at a fucking
You shouldn't have
railway
skipped a
station.
week.
I was like, "Hey, row a bank with me." So,
Well,
no choice.
look, I wanted to not do.
I like everyone's out here. Yeah, you guys don't need a script. You need a muzzle.
No, it's fine.
Oh.
I mean, at the end of the day, we're supposed to have a story. We have a story, but we have like 5 different stories, like that kind of should be a book, but nobody knows how they work.
Okay, you should have put us in a coterie. Or something like that.
You know.
And some more than we did.
Let's be real. Let's be real here. Shit went to hell in a handbasket at that party, Unity Ball.
No,
Andy, I remember you like going when you got the statue thingy, and you just went, "Why the fuck should I care?"
Yeah, well, I mean, that's like, why do I care?
You know what? Why you care? Because sane malks are actually very, very valued because of how malks are usually.
and it was incredibly sane up until he did insanity, and then he went back to being normal.
No, he
Yeah,
had
up
bouts
until
of
he ripped his
insanity.
own eyeballs out and then got up like nothing happened.
Well, yeah, he just,
I mean, that was probably the best moment. I needed to defrag my eyes. It was all good.
Oh dear.
Also, you really shows
too
a
much gunk in
bad,
them.
like, experienced player when you chose Keegan. You should have chosen somebody nicer.
Yeah.
Well, dude.
Somebody that would, try and help the other players.
Keegan
didn't
did a
care.
lot.
no, Keegan cared. The issue being was by the time he got there, like the entire house was on fire, the apartment next door was on fire, and he's like, "I didn't bring enough water for this."
Yeah. Oh, I had a more experienced player that I wanted to bring on, but he's not really a proper like member of the community that we have on Discord and stuff.
Talking about Ben?
No, actually Brad.
Oh, okay.
Brad Pitt?
No,
Oh.
Brad Baird, he's one of the admins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's one of my most experienced VTM players.
We probably could
Wasn't
have
he
used
Keegan's
it.
sire?
Like he actually he would put out the fire.
Wait, he's that good?
He's that good.
I don't want him in the campaign then with me.
He's currently playing as an elder.
What?
He's that good.
Wasn't he supposed to like join us and try and assassinate Keegan?
No, that was Ben.
Oh.
That was the other admin.
Yeah.
So here's a question: If Keegan had been killed,
Mm.
More like when.
and Kraft was, I guess, a free fledgling at that point, would he?
They would kill me.
They would
They
just
would.
kill you.
They would.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
have
he
to
wouldn't
run.
necessarily be free. There's nobody who released him.
Yep.
Would somebody else be able to adopt him had he not, caused as much fire?
Yes.
But
Would
you would
you-
want. Why would you want
What?
to adopt me? No. Like, Cole might, could have,
No,
because he's one of the more older one. But I'm thinking it would only be another venture that would want to adopt me. But I'm not thinking they are adventurous.
Also, Allied, you'd be way too young to
Adventurous.
adopt him.
It's just the
Really?
Yeah.
There's
dog at the pound that.
No, I was just asking in general. Like, next time we play, if I'm invited after what has happened, I would like to, if I'm, hopefully I'm good enough to be able to help somebody else play in character, not make their character, but be the side.
Don't worry. You will be invited. It's going to be open to all patrons who want to join.
I call dibs on the first slot then.
Which one? Is it another VTM, or are we going to be doing Demon the Fallen like you suggested, or what?
We could. We'll see in the coming weeks. I'm not sure.
Well, before anything else happens or ends, I would like to thank you, Kale, for being the GM on this campaign and
Yeah.
putting up with all of
You
our fucking
definitely need thanks for that.
I want to
Yeah.
get off Mr. Allied's wild ride.
No! It's cheeky breaky time, comrade.
Yeah, no problem. It was fun. That will probably continue to be more fun.
Yeah. Just make sure you watch that you're not using Dwarf Fortress terms, hopefully.
The city burning down is fun, guys.
The strongest character.
Yeah, almost as fun as the car.
Oh.
Honestly, that could not have played out more perfectly to get the end. And it wasn't. The best part was that none of it was coordinated. You just saw all these itty bitty mess ups that led to the crash and the fall.
Yeah.
Yes, itty bitty, making people
Like
friends
no,
in the middle
not
of
there
the-
wasn't any one of you. Like none of you were conspiring for that, right? Other than Cacatron.
Hold on,
Maybe, yeah,
please repeat
No,
that.
it was more like each of us independently declared, "Fuck this shit. Let's see how much gasoline we can pour on the damn city."
Hold on, I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
No one was actively, besides Cacatron, no one was actively conspiring to bring down the Austro-Hungarian Empire, right?
No, I wanted to save the
How
Austro-Hungarian
was it even
Empire.
actively doing it?
You murdered the prince.
I wanted to save the prince. I wanted to bring peace, stability, and order to the empire, not destroy it.
You sound.
You were
sound
my friend, Anakin.
Yeah.
You sound like Obi-Wan there for a second.
Yeah,
my
except he
brother,
really was
Anakin.
Anakin.
I loved you.
I just kind of imagine like fucking Andy just standing over like a half destroyed fucking allied. Like, why?
Shadow tentacles are trying to like pull me up from the lava, but I keep slipping.
Yeah.
I saw the future. You had to be stopped. You would destroy the crowd.
Only a Sabot feels an absolute.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my original plan was to improve the infrastructure in Austro-Hungary after stealing money from the banks, and make sure that no matter how badly the war went because of Andy or the Blood Mages, supplies and manpower would reach the front and ensure that the Empire would be able to fight effectively.
You know, honestly, I can't at all fault your decision there. I honestly can't. Like, honestly, if my character knew about it, he probably would have gone along with it, like, uncertainly, if he could have helped. Like,
Yeah.
sure, it seems wrong, but it's for a good cause.
Right.
Yeah, it's one of those plans that you really can't say no to until you know everything behind it. But it's also by the same token, it's not exactly legal.
Because I knew, well, my biggest reason why it was never brought up in the forefront in any capacity was because Calm owned the 10% of the total GDP of the nation.
Yep.
So I didn't want to start doing something and him catching one and going, oh, somebody's trying to muscle on my territory, and then immediately like force me out of anything of what I had. So that's why I could never bring it to the forefront, and why I was gathering money, and why I was talking so much about like the secondaries.
Yeah, no, you were playing it right.
It's just
You did it perfectly right up until that moment where you thought you could save the Archduke.
but
Yeah, completely fine right up until then, and it wasn't even properly your fault. It was the fault of the dice in the very end.
well, no, I mean, to be fair, I could have reacted better. Like, first time around, I panicked quite a bit in this campaign. I will admit that. You can hear my voice in the panicking. But I was at my wit's end after Keegan, of course, demanded I get staked in the. Is that episode up yet, Kale?
No, but it was seen at least on Twitch, so.
Okay.
Yeah, we should be fine.
That Keegan demanded I get staked in Elysium in front of the prince, which kind of made me go, "Oh shit!" The other person who's like more powerful than me in most aspects wants me dead. I gotta go. This is my chance to make it to where, this is the chance where I can make the Blood Mages ensure my survival. Instead, I became a Serbian.
Yep. You're the honorary Gabriella Princip of the campaign.
Hey, keep me away from important. Oh, by the way, I love the fact that everybody else survived. Stalin, Hitler, Trotsky.
Did they?
Siegfried.
The riots.
I don't
Did
think.
they?
What's the effect of the riots on
I
them?
think they're in
Maybe the
Schrodinger's state.
disorder inspired Hitler.
I
What?
wonder what Freud thinks about all this.
Freud?
It is
Thanks, everyone.
problem between un papa and un penis.
A lot of sexual tension between the mum and the dad, mum and the son even. Thing is, I actually did psychology and did some Freud, and that's literally the entire Freudian theory.
Yep, pretty much.
God.
I mean, I'm glad they survived.
Sorry, you're glad Hitler survived?
Yeah.
Ally, just never open your mouth again.
Well, no, because the German
Quit while you're
Reich in
ahead.
this the German Reich in this universe never actually formed, did it? It had no
Quit while
reason.
you're ahead.
No, because the German Empire never had the war. They had the it was the Western versus the communists.
not World War One.
Yeah.
In other words,
So-
World War One by another name.
So Hitler never really rose to power, correct?
Who's not to say that? Who's not to say that after the communists invaded and blew up most of Germany, that and then the Germans were ignored by their allies after they'd beaten the communists back, that the Germans didn't elect Hitler anyway?
Maybe Hitler becomes a great president of the free Germany world.
That's
Yeah.
unlikely.
Maybe World War II happens exactly the same way.
Hitler becomes the president
no
of the...
Austria to Anschluss, though.
You
No,
know,
they're still in Austria.
Yeah, Austria still exists.
Yeah.
you know.
You broke up the Austro-Hungarian Empire.
I don't know what this Austria you're talking about is. We have the Free Austrian Democratic Republic.
Does the UN become a thing?
I don't know.
Look, at the end of the day,
Does Åland stay Finnish? The most important question. You know that.
did you just say?
Education fucking council. What the fuck was it again? I don't even know.
Actually, Finland,
You know,
after being invaded by Russia, they're inspired by their imperialism and decide to invade all of the rest of Scandinavia, and they take over Scandinavia.
I would be okay with that.
Great altered history Hoi 4 mod, I'm thinking, just
Yeah.
for some reason.
No.
Oh.
Just a little pops up of our
So,
characters.
crap.
in history.
Sweden is now Finnish, like the entirety of Sweden. And Norway.
Jesus Christ.
It's the
Alright.
it's the Finno-Lindian Empire now.
Yeah, it was
Well,
all thanks
speaking
to the
of quitting
heroic-
while we're ahead,
Any more questions, KO?
One sec, dying.
Pretty much.
indeed. I pretty much occasionally have to go die.
Bob already died in Cool Skills.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry. Be happy. Yeah, quitting while we're not playing. So, yeah. I will, in fact, be hosting 2 upcoming VTM campaigns.
Wait, 2?
Yes. One that will be played in by my most professional of players.
Rip. Not us. None of us.
Don't say them is a professional player.
Yeah,
please.
now you're just jinxing it.
Yeah.
Heck.
And one that will be played in by people who give me money on Patreon. And between the 2, there might end up being an eventual confrontation.
I'm okay with
Oh,
that.
God.
So one of them is going to be
Dead.
Sabat and the other's Camarilla, or one of the other miscellaneous smaller factions.
Or
Eventually.
both are Camarilla.
I will totally
Yeah.
have Armand rip the
Competition
throat out of
is
another
coming
player.
Well, we shall see.
I'll accidentally make them frenzy in the middle of a city and then watch them die. Best plan ever. Like, make them stop, then run far away, and then just never talk about it.
We shall see. And yeah.
Also, I need to silence the Malk before he can find anything out. After I
Yeah,
do
that's
that.
that's a good recommendation for playing VTM. Always silence the milk.
Can't do shit to me. I'll just
Oh.
grow new eyes. I'll grow new everything. I'm the gecko.
I make you frenzy first, Andy.
Would,
Mwah.
would that work? Like, would they just not like hit them out really hard if he started frenzying and go stop that?
If a vampire frenzies in the middle of the street with Kale's house rules, then they won't die until an elder comes and kills
Well, no,
them.
I mean, would the Malk really be that hard of it? Like, would it be that much of a fight with the Malk?
I'd put money on the fact
If you-
that my
no, no,
frenzies are a little different.
Yeah,
no,
so would I.
Listen.
Mm-hmm.
If he frenzies in the street, people will. That's masquerade breaking shit. They need to do another Vienna.
No,
Burn it. Start a
I
fucking
don't-
riot.
hold on,
Kill
Kel, I have a
everybody.
question.
Mhm.
Was it because of the frenzying or the location and amount of people Armand had gotten through before
Yeah.
they got there that they caused the riot?
I'm gonna guess
Like,
it-
Like if you
30
were
to
the
40 people.
like if you were to frenzy like in the countryside, like would they have a riot to cover that up, or was it
No.
just because he was right next to the train station?
It's because
It was because he was right next to the train station.
Okay,
So
so
what
location
was-
does matter. Thank
What
you.
was that presence you were talking about? The presence enveloping the city?
Yeah, that is level 9 presence
Yeah,
that
what-
Etrius possessed.
Why was he using it?
He was affecting the mood of the city to start a riot,
And it
and
just
otherwise
happened.
cause a mass amount of chaos to cover up what happened.
Ah, okay.
It's a shame he didn't protect the Archduke.
Yep.
Also, how many
Good protect him, ally. Don't you remember the reinforced gate that nobody could get through?
Oh, yeah, no,
Open
I
from
don't
the
know anything.
inside.
No, Kraft, I don't know anything about that in character. I thought it was just a normal fucking gate. Out of character, I know.
Isn't that suspicious that a gate can fucking hold between that many protesters?
No.
How
I mean,
is
it
that?
was,
no?
but
I thought they were going to get a car, which is why I wanted in. Because, you know, those cars are still giant boxes of metal going at a certain speed, meaning the gate would probably collapse if somebody really wanted to get in.
I mean, most cars in this era are wood.
Oh,
Okay.
well. Huh.
Yeah,
I grossly missed.
Not steel?
not really.
I thought they were steel, though. I thought, like, the front of them were
I mean,
steel.
even like the Model T and beyond, we're still like 50% wood.
Really?
Yeah, they would have
Razor
been too
forward.
heavy. Aluminium is really fucking useful.
Emperor's Dead is correct. One of the next ones will be in America/Canada.
Are we gonna be anarchs?
Nope.
Yeah.
Aw.
The Patreon game will be heading to New York City, everybody.
Woo!
Oh boy, even more opportunities for shit to go wrong.
I have a
No,
question.
that's fine. The new world
Don't-
going wrong is fine. Nobody cares
Yeah.
about the new
I-
world.
I have a question.
No, it's because I need that much Camarilla infrastructure to keep you in check. I have to go to the biggest city in the world.
What year?
Woo-oh.
2017.
Oh
Uh,
shit.
Oh,
Wow.
hey, we can murder Donald Trump, everybody. Everything's gonna be fine.
Boy.
I'm going mid max.
It's actually really funny. No, I'm just house ruling it. Donald Trump actually a Malkavian ghoul.
It makes too much sense too. Oh
I-
my
Yep.
God.
He's mine.
I-
He's my ghoul.
Yeah.
I'm
You know
thoroughly.
what?
I'm
Get influence up to 5 there, man, and then maybe you might be able to pull that off.
all I'm gonna say, because it would be improper during a YouTube and stream, I'm very displeased with that stuff.
Hmm.
Good.
Good.
Oh, fuck you guys. Trying to be nice here and whatever. Are we able to
I
import our
appreciate your
character?
niceness, but seriously, I think you're the only person here who likes
Oh,
dogs.
fuck off, Hillary fanboy.
I don't
Okay,
think you only
okay.
like
Let's
I- I
let's-
know.
All right,
Okay,
let's
guys,
break it up here.
calm down.
Break it up.
Quarantine.
Yeah.
You know,
As I said, don't pull me. Kale, are we
go-
able to import our characters that have survived?
No.
could I play like a Ventura again?
Well,
and
maybe.
do-
We'll see.
If I get
Like 100 years
summoned,
later.
okay, if I get summoned, can I summon Trump and make him do stuff? If I get
No.
Aww. Aww. Why?
I specifically just asked you to drop that topic.
You mean like that? But I was just thinking, you know,
Craft.
fucks. Okay, fine.
There.
Fine, I'm gonna go to Sweden from New York because, you know, getting airplanes is easy in 2017. So, and then I'm gonna do it and make the Kalmar Union a thing
Well,
for a day.
will we?
Have fun with that.
Will some of us be able? Will some of us be able? Will some?
Would
I swear to God, Kraft, I will eat you.
go for it.
You can't. Keegan beat you to it.
Fuck. And I can't eat Keegan because he's still a lower fucking generation than me. Would we be able to, if it's the same group of people returning, just for reasons, would we be able to pick up merits and flaws this round?
I would allow it. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Nice. Time to take fucking, what was it, like dulled fangs or whatever? It means you have to, like, stab someone to drink their blood or whatever.
Yeah, that's a fun
It's a
one.
fucking huge flaw.
Oh.
Whenever you feed, you have to, like, roll to make sure you don't kill them by slitting their throat or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, would I be allowed to go outside of New York
No.
doing that? Aw. Could
Sure,
I
New
call
York's
them?
a
I
big
could call them to
fucking
New York.
place.
I could call them to fucking New York. Yes, with summon. Ah, I saw that shit. That's, which
Want to try and
embassies
film the
does New York
Kalmar
have?
Union in New York?
Yes, I'm gonna
So
do it. I'm gonna
So will
fucking
this
do
be?
it.
Will this be taking place during the? Because there's currently a war going on between the Sabbat and Camarilla in this time period. Is there not?
Find me a time period when there's not a war between
Well,
the Sabbat and the Camarilla.
My apologies. I meant like a large scale, like
Before the
Yes,
Anarcho
there is.
Revolt, or whatever it's called.
Not really, but
Sorry,
So then it would be like, all right, cool.
anyway, that said, we are going to be wrapping things up here.
Mm-hmm.
So, thank you everybody for turning out to the what I like to call round table that I like to do after a campaign.
Hexagonal table.
Yeah, we are the Knights of the Hexagonal Table now. Unfortunately, Keegan did not decide not to join us because, in his own words, I did nothing wrong.
Neither did I, but I'm still here.
No, he did do stuff wrong. It was just at the very, very end when everyone was getting really, really tense. I can't fault him for making that mistake. For making mistakes he did.
In his own words, I didn't do nothing.
Didn't do nothing.
Didn't do nothing. In the 1300s, there was no war because there's no Sabbat or Camarilla. Fair point.
That's what I was talking about, you know, the Anarch thing.
Yeah. Before the Anarch Revolt, yeah, that is technically valid. So, thank you everybody for watching. I've been Calvin, joined by Craftlol.
Bye, guys.
Andy.
Yo, bye.
Aruman.
Yo, have fun, don't light anything on fire.
Allied.
A
And Cackletron.
Uh,
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye, buddy.
As Armin, aren't you literally fire?
You know, you keep asking me that, and I keep saying yes, but that's only because of my avatar.
Right.